A glimmer of hope. The day began like every other day. My body subconsciously began the tiring chore of preparing for school, while my mind struggled to leave the dream world until Mama brought me back to my senses in a typical African manner. A resounding slap across the back of my head that reactivated my internal alarm system immediately. I jumped out of bed instantly and saw her hovering over me with a frown on her face. "Get out of bed this instant and prepare yourself for school," she bellowed and walked out of the room. I rubbed my eyes till I was finally awake. Then I scrambled out of my room, and as I struggled to get the iron bucket filled with water to the public bathroom, my mind wandered off to the event that transpired the week before. I was here to inform my mother because I already knew what her response would be. We struggled with eating 3 square meals a day. The landlord was always harassing Mama because we still owed last year's rent, and my elder brother had to drop out of school so that he could assist Mama with expenses around the house. There was no way I would be able to pay the fee for my final exams. Everyone was ecstatic about the opportunity to visit the big city. Some girls were already planning how to sneak out of the college hostel to see the big city. I just sat there terrified, as a part of me was always prepared for this moment. However, no amount of preparation can ever take away that feeling of being left behind. Everyone else was moving ahead, making plans to leave this wretched place and make a name for themselves, while Adanne was left to lick her wounds in secret and nurture the pain of being stuck in one place, going nowhere, forever. As the ice-cold water splashed against my skin and the harsh breeze of the late November morning caressed my skin, I shuddered, and the chills that ran down my spine snapped me out of my reverie. I carried on with my morning duties like normal, with the fear that Mama would figure out that something was amiss, and by heaven's might, I would not step out of the house if she knew what was wrong. "Mama, can I have another plate of your legendary yam porridge?" I asked out of fear of being caught and trying to mask my emotions. "Of course, my baby," she responded with a smile and served me wholeheartedly despite my brother's obvious displeasure. Immediately I was done eating, I dashed out of the table. "Slow down!" I heard Mama shout from the kitchen. "Sorry, Mama!" I yelled back at her as I hurried out of the house to school. We had no car, and Mama had stopped handing out transportation fares to us a long time ago. The only way to school was by foot. When she broke the news that we would have to be trekking to school, I immediately thanked the heavens that my school wasn't so far away from home. I walked through the bush path that was the quickest path to school, and my thoughts wandered. I knew I had to do something about my current dilemma, or I would be stuck here forever, and deep down, I felt the universe agreed with me. Immediately I arrived at school, I met the school's principal, Mr. Wilfred, in a jovial mood. Monday was his least favorite day, but today seemed different. Hqwords was definitely on my side. "Good morning, sir," I greeted him with a smile. "Ah, good morning, Adanne," he responded with an even bigger smile. "How are you doing today, Adanne?" He continued to ask, and before I could even respond, he moved on to his next question. "I hope you are preparing for the forthcoming exams. You know it's gonna be a tough one." His hands were placed on his waist as he spoke. "I am well prepared, sir." This was my second white lie this morning. The parish priest condemned telling lies no matter how delicate the situation was. I was so convinced that I wasn't going to tell any more lies, but here I was already on a lying spree. I hope the priest understands that it was for a greater cause during my next confession. That's good, the principal ended the conversation, but still, I made no move to leave. How may I help you, Adanne? The man asked, puzzled that I was still staring at him with wide eyes. Is your mother okay? Tell her that I will send some yam tubers this evening. I harvested them yesterday, and there was no one I could ask to deliver them to her. I wasn't amazed at the man's kindness. After all, Mr. Wilfred has always been kind to us, although something tells me he has other intentions. Deep down, I know he would make a good husband for Mama. However, she has never shown any interest in getting married again. Rumors have it that she and Papa were deeply in love with each other, and not even the age-long feud between both families could stop them. Some villagers still go about saying that Papa died because the ancestors were angry with him. The doctors say it was cancer. Mama believes her in-laws had a hand in it, and I believe that life happens. Bad things happen to good people. Adanne, do you need something? Mr. Wilfred asked. I don't think so, sir. I had no answer to his question. I didn't even know what I needed anymore. I have noticed that you have the habit of losing yourself in your head. Penny for your thoughts. Mr. Wilfred, I spent my last penny on my way to school. Why should I pay you for thinking, sir? Figure of speech was not my favorite topic in English class, you know. Mr. Wilfred stared at me for a while before letting out a weird sound that I realized later on was laughter, and I was even more confused. Adanne, no, I don't want your money, he wheezed. It's an idiom. It means you should tell me what you are thinking about, he managed to say in between laughs. I am very sorry, sir. I did not understand it. I felt embarrassed and made a mental note to visit the school library later on. It's alright, Adanne. He had finally stopped laughing. I guess he noticed the embarrassed blush that littered my face. Tell me why you are here, he asked outrightly. My stomach flipped at this, and that meant that it could either go well or go very bad. But I wasn't going to give up now. Mr. Wilfred was the last chance I had to go to school. I wasn't going to let it slip through my fingers so easily. Sir, I came here to ask for your help. I know you have been very supportive of my family, and I know Mama would be very angry, but I have no other choice. I don't want to give up without trying. I tried to lay the groundwork. Adanne, what exactly is the problem? Mr. Wilfred asked. I took in a deep breath and spoke. I need your help with the examination lady. Mama said she won't be able to continue sponsoring my education, and I don't want to stop going to school. I want to go to the university too. Adanne, it's true that you are one of the best students in the school, but I still have doubts. If I help you, how am I sure that you will pass the exams? I hadn't thought of this part, but this was my only chance to convince Mr. Wilfred. As I stood there watching him stare at me with his arms akimbo, his nose scrunched up weirdly as he was waiting for me to come up with an unreasonable answer. But I didn't care. I was here, and I didn't plan on leaving without a good reply. I am not sure too, sir. But the only thing I am sure of is that this is my only chance to achieve something better, and I am not going to miss this opportunity. You have always told us to make the most out of life. This is me taking your advice, sir. And besides, sir, you said it yourself. I am one of the best you've got. He stared at me for what seemed like an eternity. My stomach churned like the native grinder Mama used in preparing bean cake batter, but I was determined to maintain my cool. Alright, Ada, I see you are determined to succeed, and I admire your boldness. The state government has sent a letter this morning requesting the names of the top 10 students in the school. The government intends to sponsor them to any level of their choice. Many students deserve this golden opportunity, but I have to be strict and impartial in selecting these students. You have proved to me this morning that you deserve to be on that list. Congratulations, Ada. You are going to the university. I couldn't contain my joy. Finally, the universe was working for me and not against me. Not even the weird looks I got from teachers and other students could stop me from doing a victory dance. As I hurried home that afternoon to tell Mama the good news, I knew that things were finally going to work out for us.